Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and I've seen a lot of you guys just ramble on about checking Valentine out. So yeah, here we are. Of course, we're checking Valentine out, and as you can see, this is setup. It's just a casual setup we run, pretty normal. But yeah, his damage numbers can go crazy, and of course, if we max out his passives, which of course in the Rift we can't get this one off, but if we of course can, of course, it's gonna okay, wait. I've been seeing a lot of comments of course counter, bro. I swear I just say that shit too much. I might try like just lessen down on it, but yeah. So yeah, you can see we're gonna go through each upgrades, and yeah, his numbers are pretty crazy, With these buffers, of course, I didn't put Urz on buff mode yet, so let's put Urz on buff. And yeah, with Urz on buff mode, he's at 2.32. Of course, he's at 2.27 overhead, and of course, if we do get that last passive, which we are not gonna be doing, because of course, it's not really consistent for him. And with Benny's Memoria, we can get 30% more damage to burning enemies. So of course, when they have burn and bubbled, he's gonna be doing 60% more damage to them. So yeah, baseline EDPS. Of course, let's place 3 clones to lowest SPA. So 1, 2, 3. But yeah, now you can see I'm hovering over him. His average DPS is about like 700k with this setup, and I haven't even done Broke's buff yet. So yeah, let me do this. Any moment now. Okay, my headset's messing up, but yeah, you can see we've got him to this multiplier now, and yeah, he's averaging like 800k DPS. 800k is very nice, of course, for what he has, and being I guess a relatively medium circle, it's not the greatest, but he can still pop crazy numbers with his clones, and these clones have 20% of his displayed number, so you can see this one has, of course, 500k, so you can see the number of how quick it is. Let's just place like, I guess 30 clones. I'll give or take it. That's like the average number you can get like in most matches, So 30 clones, yeah, I'm gonna place 30 down. So once this one disappears, and what's nice about having irons in range, when these clones disappear, they act as a ghost. Of course, this one acts as a ghost, and it's still gonna be there. So basically, like clones, you have one extra clone, So yeah, let's just get 30 down. So you'll see the HP bar. So I guess take the counter from like 14, 20, and then see how quick it dies. I mean, not dies, but keep flipping out, my game's going out. But see how quick you lose HP. Oh, your ears are probably getting blasted. Flipping. I'm not gonna do the sound effect, I ain't gonna try to do that. I'll probably place more. Wait, did I place more than 30? Oh, not 30, yeah, it's like 2 more. There you go, 30. And yeah, you can see how quick he loses HP. To this day, yeah, Valentine stance is still the best boss killer, Within like 30, was it 30 seconds? 40 seconds, he lost like a good 100 million or 120 million. It's a lot of HP. Okay, so that's pretty much it, yeah, for showing what Valentine can do with his Memoria. With this Memoria, of course. Let's just get into, of course, the runs. And yeah, this is, of course, the setup we're going to be running in the Rift. And you'll just see him tank off that boss and just obliterate him so quick. Okay, don't mind that tiny task. I had that up, but I low-key forgot to leave that off my screen. But yeah, surprisingly, I was actually confused. Not really confused, but I was actually shocked how easily he dealt with the mobs. Of course, at a later stage when the mobs got to a higher scaling, he wasn't really killing them at their base, but of course they were creeping up a bit, but he was dealing with them pretty easily. And instead of like most units where I place them late, I placed Valentine early so he can get his clones going. Because every 20 seconds, of course, he gets a clone passively. And then, of course, you can TP as well with this thing, so it's very nice. And I wanted to get 3 clones first, so I have his lowest SPA. Because once you place 3 clones, he gets 15%, well, minus 15 SPA. And you can see very early on, he can still deal with these guys, Even with his shitty ass AoE, he's still able to, of course, deal with them. Yeah, but to just get through this guitar hero because it is just frustrating to do. And you can see we're just placing 2 clones at a time, just so we can deal with these mobs until he gets to a higher, well not higher, but a larger AoE. Because this AoE is only really good for single targets, so like, I guess 3 enemies at most. Once we get to his final AoE, that's when we can actually let him just deal with the mobs. Because yes, he is dealing with them, but of course they're still creeping up, you know. And yeah, you can see he's at 3.04 million damage. It's a lot of damage, you know. And yeah, just gonna keep consistently placing a few clones here and there. I don't really do it often. Of course, when he's dealing with the mobs like this, I don't really have to do it. But I set him to bosses at this point just to let him deal with that boss. And I place a few clones just for the boss. The boss will just get dealt with. And I was just so confused. Why was he shooting Luffy's at the boss? I don't know what he was doing, mate. But yeah, that boss just got dealt with pretty easily. And yeah, just place a few clones just to deal with the mobs in front. And of course, let Valentine slowly just deal with the, of course, the larger set of mobs. And it's like every time you hit, he hits, yeah, it's like a mini nuke, you just hear the sound. You can see his DPS are like 700k roughly. Of course, once his clones are placed, it's just the number just skyrockets. And yeah, you can see the clones are building up. And what was shocking about it is, of course, the mobs are just not getting anywhere. I expected the mobs to, of course, make me push back my Valentine and keep moving him slowly back, but somehow they just didn't, you know, which was nice. So consistently they were at this point. Of course, if I had my Valentine in that little square and set him the closest, he probably would have dealt with more mobs, but you see, even with this part where he's hitting less mobs, he's still dealing with them pretty easily. And it's the fact with Benny's Memoria, they have one, not wanted, but a burn plus bubble, so he's doing 60% more damage to them as well, which is very nice. And yeah, now this Dolphy boss has spawned, so you can see we have some clones stacked up. I'm waiting for him to get to a certain point yet before I switch to bosses targeting. And yes, we are not slowing him, but he has a burn and bleed, so I mean not burn and bleed, burn and bubbled, so yeah, at this point we just place a few clones just to clear the mobs in front, you know. And once he is isolated, you can see we placed, just spam place our clones. You can see his HP, it's 920 on the timer. And yeah, within like seconds, 100 million boss just got deleted, so it was about 20 seconds, you know, to kill 100 million boss. I'm sure that shows you his actual DPS on bosses. That's why he still serves, of course, the best boss killer title in the game, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure there's no units who can just do that like him. Yes, of course, if you have Brook with that flipping SDF and of course like other units, he can just do that damage just so easily. But of course, you know, Valentine, his utility wise, he's pretty much just a boss killer. And Brook's of course just a support. But Brook can do that nuke, but Valentine, for his primary purpose, if you use him and compare him to other units, he still stands as the best boss killer. But yeah, you can see just dealing with these bombs just takes a bit of time. But yeah, we'll kill them off easily. I just keep placing clones randomly, making sure not to, of course, use all of them up. And yeah, slowly I just wear away at them, and yeah, that's it for the run, you know. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.